Welcome to today's broadcast. Kaka continues his inspiring series on building a solid Christian home, focusing on abuse in relationships. In the previous episode, he shared that to address abuse at any level, we must trust that vengeance belongs to God. Today, he will discuss the next step. Let's join in.
Number 4, where there's an abuse, you can refer the abuse to someone with authority. Someone with authority. So I'm talking about different things that you can do or you have to do. You know, sometimes when people are abusing you, they say, don't tell anybody. If you tell the pastor, I'll leave the church. If you tell your father, I swear, I won't talk to you again. If you tell your mother, me and your mother won't talk again. But God has put in place rulers and authority to check excesses and abuses. That is why nobody can come to your house and come and take your things forcibly. The government is there to protect you. There are police, there are soldiers. If somebody does that, the soldiers will respond. So that nobody can just enter somebody's house and seize his things. No. So as Paul is talking about abuse, do you know the next thing that he said? When he says, in verse 21, he says, be not overcome of evil, overcome evil with good. That's the last verse in Romans 12:21. But remember that in the Bible, the chapters were not there. Somebody put it there. Then he says the next thing you can do, let every soul be subject to the higher powers. There is no power but of God. But the powers that be are ordained. That word ordained means arranged of God. So even socially, the different levels of authority are God's arrangement to check abuse. Because he knows it. Whosoever resisted the power resisteth the ordinance of God. That word ordinance means the arrangement. Our social arrangement that we have a president, it is not an idea of God from man, it's an idea of God. To bring about peace, stability, check abuses, check crime, check robbery. It's all parts of God's arrangement. That's why in 1 Timothy 2:1, Paul said, I exhort therefore that first of all supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings, and for all that are in authority. Why? That we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. So there are authority structures arranged by God himself. We should avail ourselves of them and not just somebody tell that if you tell this person, I will do this. Do it. Otherwise the abuse will continue. Do it. You are beating me every day. Go and tell your father. So even the social order and structure are God's arrangement, Paul said, to check abuse. Your husband is beating you. Go and tell your father, come for a family meeting. Otherwise you will continue. Your wife is maltreating you. Go and tell the pastors. Yes. People are suffering in silence. They tolerate abuse because the mechanisms that God has put in place, either we don't know or we don't use them. But today, you know. Tell your neighbor, my neighbor, I'm not going to tolerate nonsense. If you steal my money, I'm sending you to the police. Put your hands together for Jesus. I'm not going to tolerate nonsense.
Thank you for joining us. Today we learned that when handling abuse, we must refer the abuser to a higher authority. Join us again tomorrow as this exciting message continues. Before we go, here's a praise report to boost your faith. Delivered safely without complications. Dear Kakra, I requested for prayers for safe delivery of my third child without any complications. I've come back to testify that the Lord has been good and my baby was delivered safely. Thank you for your prayers. Thanks for your time. You can contact us, seek counseling, ask for prayer, order today's full-length message, or order books through the following means. Call us or message us on WhatsApp to +233 55 700 9010. Send an email to info@kakrabaden.org. You can also make a regular call or send a text to +233 20 7575 215. Our office hours are 10 a.m. to 1600 hours GMT. Finally, write to us, share your testimony and how this broadcast has been a blessing to you. Are you in need of money? Is there something you want to buy or someone you have to pay? Then this revolutionary book, Cryptocurrency by Kakrabaden, is what you are looking for. It will unlock sources of money you have but don't know you possess. You're just a book away from turning your finances around. Order the book Cryptocurrency, How to Profit from Free Labor through the following means. Place your order on Facebook by posting Order Cryptocurrency in the comment section or message window.